Miloš Teodosic passed like this in the NBA, but played defense like this. So it's no wonder that the European legend went on the court just 60 times in the NBA, although he came to the league during his prime. While passing and shooting were Teodosic's biggest strengths, he was so bad on defense that a Clippers beat writer wrote, "For Miloš, playing defense seemed to be more of an optional thing instead of being necessary. He was slow-footed, lost his man consistently, and wasn't adept in help defense." Yet you can't blame the Los Angeles Clippers on taking a gamble on him. Before going to the NBA, the 30-year-old Teodosic had two of his best seasons in his EuroLeague career with CSKA Moscow, winning an EuroLeague title in the process. Over 2 years, the Serbian averaged 16.1 points and little over 6 assists per game on either really good or just decent long-range shooting percentages. Teodosic was the main man of an European powerhouse, and just like with Sasha Vezenkov this offseason, Teodosic couldn't imagine of a better time to try his luck in the NBA. And it's not like Teodosic wasn't close to the NBA before. In 2013, he was pretty much part of the Memphis Grizzlies, but opted out late in the talks as he didn't want to leave for the United States until he won a EuroLeague title. He never expected that it would take another 3 years, but his European critics were finally hushed when Teodosic led CSKA to the championship in 2016. Oh, and to clear up the title of this video, Teodosic's head coach at CSKA, Ettore Messina, called the point guard Vincent van Gogh after the visionary Dutch painter who saw things differently and was a prophet far ahead in his time. In the summer of 2017, plenty of clubs were really keen on Teodosic. According to Teodosic's agent, Miloš had an initial deal with the Chicago Bulls that was for 3 years and close to $30 million. The Bulls changed their mind after trading away Jimmy Butler, which signaled that they were going to tank and therefore didn't need a 30-year-old veteran. The Clippers went all out to get Teodosic, and the Serbian explained why he ultimately signed with the Clippers. "For my game, it's important to have good bigs, and I think we have the best 4 and 5 in the NBA with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan." The Clippers signed Teodosic in 2017 for a 2-year contract worth up to $12.3 million, with the second season being a player option and with $2.1 million of it being guaranteed. Some Clippers beat writers described the Serbian's first year as pretty impressive because not only did Miloš have to deal with adjusting to the NBA game, but his role had to evolve as the season went on, from the team's opening night starting shooting guard to eventually handling major point guard duties after Patrick Beverley was injured. Additionally, Miloš spent the entire season struggling with a foot injury that he suffered on just the second night of the season. It initially kept him out for over a month, and after his return it restricted his minutes, forced him to sit out back-to-backs, and ultimately cost him almost half of his rookie season. Even when it wasn't forcing him off of the court, that injury may have been limiting him on the court, explaining sometimes when his already poor defense was almost so bad as to make him unplayable. There were a lot of good things that Teodosic brought to the Clippers, but maybe the simplest way to put it is that the Clippers were simply better when he played. They had a 29-16 record in the Serbian's 45 appearances, compared to just 13-24 in the 37 games that he missed. Still, the eye test confirmed that Teodosic made the Clippers a better team. Whenever he was able to stay on the floor defensively, his offensive presence seemed to inspire an increase in ball movement and offensive production that went well beyond plays that he actually scored or assisted on. On an individual level, Teodosic brought phenomenal passing in the pick-and-roll to the Clippers' offense, and the only Clippers who averaged more assists than Teodosic were Blake Griffin and Lou Williams. His 26.2% assist rate was right with Griffin and Williams for best on the team. Although Teodosic picked up on his player option for a sophomore season, the 2018 summer was a bad omen of what's to come. Clippers traded for the freshly drafted Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Pat Beverley got healthy, and the Clippers had a lot of other backcourt options. Teodosic played just 15 games in the 2018-19 season, and with him taking up $6.3 million in cap space and yearning to return to Europe, the Clippers decided to part ways with the 32-year-old point guard in February when they needed to clear up a roster spot. He never scored in double digits and never played more than 20 minutes in a game that season, in stark contrast to the year before. An inglorious exit for an NBA career that had some glorious highlights. Teodosic himself thinks that he went to the NBA too late and should have gone when he was 24 or 25, when he was matured and had a lot of self-confidence. Also, then he would have had more time to adapt his game and body to the NBA. Although Teodosic's NBA career turned out to be a bust, he doesn't regret anything. He said, "I didn't want to end my career and regret later on, to feel sorry that I didn't come and see how it is. How everything functions here, the way they worked and the way basketball is played. It is completely different in Europe, the way basketball is played. One great experience for me."
Salah, the jam! Oh, what a beautiful feed from Miloš to DeAndre.